Yo, welcome to the channel, bro.
Oh my god. How old are you?
You ready?
Yes.
I recognize this from Arcane.
Oh,
Yes!
I love the song. It took me a while to get to know it, but now I'm like...
I really liked it from the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. We have to mention
Yes.
that as of now, 2 parts of Arcane have come out, not the third yet. But as we upload this, the third part will have come out.
The flashing logos remind me so much of Spider-Verse. It's like...
True.
It's really, really good. That's all I'm gonna
Apparently it's
say.
from like 3 a.m. or something for
I
us.
stayed up until 3 a.m. to watch it.
I'm going to a concert, by the way.
Yeah,
Imagine Dragons
oh my
concert.
Imagine having yourself
Yes.
animated into something like this. The facial animation in this
Yeah.
whole fucking show is so good.
I love how much character they portray, even if it's like small stuff.
Man, Fortiche, I swear to God,
The
please
fact
hire
that
me.
they... Yeah, right. Please hire both of us.
Baby Echo!
I also love the slow motion.
Yeah.
This is a weird shot, this one.
Yeah,
Oh!
Oh, the misery. I love it.
But
look
that's
at the
fine, too.
nice
Yeah.
smear frames.
Cool
I love
stuff.
how they also cut their acting to the song.
You can tell that she's not that great at fighting yet. Like, she looks really awkward. That's great.
I didn't like the song at first, but it grew on me. It's very low-key.
I love the intro to the show. It's
I
so
prefer
good.
that version.
Yeah,
actually.
I prefer that too, yeah.
I find it kind of funny though, how they're just like, let's spontaneously jam in a bar. Why not?
I want this, whatever it is.
I watched the old The Get Jinx video yesterday again. You can tell the style's really developed since then.
What I think was crazy when I started watching Arcane is that I didn't recognize most of the shots because these were
Yeah,
extra
they're
done
not
for...
fun. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Who does that?
That expression is so good.
Yeah.
The Jinx flash.
I also like that they implemented themselves into this reality.
The band itself, does it look as clean to you as the rest of the characters? Because they look a bit...
More rough
I know
around
what
the
it is.
edges,
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah, right.
But understandable.
I love how they use this song as like a way to show more character stuff that we don't get in the series.
I still love how painted it looks.
But this part is the best.
Oh, this is also so
Yeah.
cool.
It reminds me of the Echo part
Yeah,
of
right.
Giants.
I wanted to say
Like,
that too, yeah. Riot just loves everything that has to do with projections and glitches and shit like that.
Yeah.
They're such babies, how could anybody ever hurt them?
And his eyes, the way they
It's
glow,
great,
it's
yeah.
so cool.
Did you see the opening ceremony? They did a live version of this, and his
Oh, really?
eyes really were glowing.
Oh, I love this, like, those color stuff.
Yeah, it's really colorful.
Oh, so nice.
Also, I love how when she screams, you can see like the spit.
Like they are not afraid of showing ugly things.
Yeah, exactly.
Hurts.
I love her lip syncing to that.
Yeah.
How fun to play like with projections inside of animation. Normally with the projection stuff you just do it in real life footage kind of stuff.
I love the shot in the end when she has her arms out. This one. Aww.
Yeah. Here also how they switch between her adult self and her little self, and you barely notice because it's such a nice match cut.
The last time I watched this, I was like, the look out for yourself is probably like directed at Jinx.
Yeah, we're Imagine
They
Dragons.
also exchanged the toy for the bunny. In the show, it's actually the bunny that she's having at the bar, but here in the music video, it's the... Enemy is a new song from Riot made in collaboration with Imagine Dragons and JID. The music video was made by Fortiche Production, a French animation studio. The video shows the story of Arcane, the new Netflix animated series by Riot, and Fortiche. It shows the relationship between Jinx and Y, which is one focus of the Arcane series. It's directed by Arnaud Delors and Bart Monnery.
I love how much character they have for all the individual characters, even if it's just a small thing like walking or dancing. It really makes me want to read like fan fiction of the good old days where they were just hanging out and nobody died.
That would be like so painful.
No,
like, you know what's gonna
hurt
happen and
comfort,
stuff.
okay, I need my fluff.
Slow motion animation must be a pain in the ass
yeah.
to do.
Probably easier in 3D than 2D, but
Yeah,
still.
but still, like you can't just
always gonna be
animate it
weird.
normally and then play it back
Yeah.
slower. That doesn't work like that.
I love the animation for this. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I know you haven't watched the show yet, but like, there's a lot of punching in the show,
Oh.
and all the punches look so good. Like, there's so much weight behind everything.
Yeah, the punch being so quick. It's like a gunshot. Like here, it basically hits, and then it's already the recoil. going back, and that gives it a lot of oomph. It's like anticipation, and then bam.
Look at
Yeah.
like how long her arm is, and then in the next one it goes back, but this one goes further. So shoulder goes in front, and then arms goes back. That's basically squash and stretch.
Yeah.
And it just shows how fucking fast she's punching.
It's like one frame in
Yeah.
between.
Yeah, to give it more of an impact.
Yeah. Like you can tell she's strong and like really composed.
I love her, like, hey, look at me, I'm so cocky, like with the hips out. It's like, hey, that's how it's done.
Oh, there we go. I thought I saw some white
Yeah,
ones. Yeah,
there's-
so they do put in.
And they even break her arm. Breaking a rig or breaking bones is a principle in animation to show how exaggerated something is.
When she punches, you can see her arm really goes with the knife action. Like the curve's really nice. It goes like.
Yeah.
But for Jinx, you can tell there's so many in-betweens. She's
Yes.
really slow.
Yeah.
Her whole body's moving around.
Yeah, she feels a little bit more weak than the other character.
When she punches, the line of action doesn't line up. Like her arm is doing this, but the curve of her arm is doing that.
When she first starts mimicking Vi's punches, you can see that like while she is punching, there are like no smears. So it looks kind of like slower and more like she hasn't quite mastered it yet. But here, as we see, more time progresses and they keep practicing. Like they add these little tiny smears here that give it more oomph and like more speed and stuff.
There's no squash and stretch, it's just her arm never changing the size and like slumping down here. It's like
Yeah, that's true.
Also, I find it so pleasing to watch because of the arcs. The punch goes forward and then the arm goes down. This is all one movement that the arm here makes. And then this one also doesn't just go straight from here to here. Instead it does a... It's so round, especially compared to Vi's very straight, full-on power, straight arms, no roundness.
Vi is very quick and like Jinx is more like creative with like also
And
her
light
punches.
also.
Yeah.
Vi is very heavy, also in her stance. Like this is a solid stance right here. Center of gravity perfectly aligned. And then here you have Jinx going wee, leg up, somehow doing something.
Do you think they took inspiration from Into the Spider-Verse, or did Into the Spider-Verse take inspiration from them? Because didn't they have the textures and stuff before?
Get Jinxed came out in 2013. So
Yeah, see, these days you could say, oh, it's kind of like Into the Spider-Verse.
and I'm sure Into the Spider-Verse, like the team took some people from Fortiche and was like, hey, we have a project, would you like to work on it? Because like that's how the animation industry usually works.
That is true.
I do think they don't look as good as the show character models.
Maybe they also had a bit less time and stuff,
Yeah.
and like they could stylize them less because they're like
Real people.
Like in the show, they look good. Here, I'm not sure if it's the textures.
Yeah, I think like with Jinx and Vi, it's more that, like for example, here they have more of like brush shapes, right?
Yes.
While here it's a bit more 3D.
I think,
Yeah, it's just less stylized, and I guess in a world that is so stylized, it sticks out
pops
a
out,
little
yeah.
bit. It's not bad, it's just different, I feel like.
But still, like having yourself animated by Fortiche. Like
what a
the
dream.
biggest honor.
Every time I watch any of those like League videos, even the ones with like players in them, I get really jealous. I'm like, wow, I wish someone made a video of me like that.
One thing about this frame, just now that I stop here, is also just how much attention to detail they have and how good they are at everything they do. Like green and orange, the like color contrast.
They use that all the time, like those color contrasts, like in almost every shot, and it makes it so gorgeous.
Color contrast is, you know, you have like a wheel of colors. So like for example, if you had red here and like green here, those would be very contrasting to each other because they're opposites. Because they're so different, they look really nice together because it makes it interesting to the eye.
I love when animation work with
Yeah.
focus. It makes your animation look so nice.
And it emulates a real camera, right? So
Yeah,
it makes
exactly.
it more realistic, even though it's so stylized.
And the lighting is also really nice.
Everything about the looks is really nice looking. You know, when you design a character, like the character goes through a lot of like design changes. The backgrounds, you don't really think about those as much as like the character, right? But here it feels like they really went through the process of designing all the props in the whole world and everything just as much as the characters themselves.
Like every time I see this kind of backgrounds, I always get shocked because it feels like out of a concept art. Then having like these amazing backgrounds inside of animation like that, it feels like, oh, someone actually thought about making a cool environment and not just making characters.
Yeah, it's not just like the first thing you can think of put down on the page and then that's it. Everything fits really well together.
Also, I'm pretty sure this is just a plane in the background.
Oh yeah, I don't see any parallax.
It goes from here to here, but you can also tell
You
that
know-
this is a more simplified version because they're not exactly the same. If you look at the stairs here and
Yeah.
the stairs, they're not exactly. Yeah,
Which is
two
crazy,
different-
they had to do 2 different paintings for this?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
think
This
they-
here, this is probably just a projection. Why model it
Probably,
when you
yeah.
can just have artists draw it and then put it into 3D?
I would have done
Because
the same.
especially it's a still shot, there's no camera movement, so you don't have any 3D perspective.
That's one thing that I also admire about the entire storytelling, how they manage to show, not tell. Like, they show they're being oppressed, living conditions are horrible, and they don't just tell you that, they actively, like, show you, hey, that's enforcers kicking, like, the shit out of somebody while a child just watches and can't do anything.
And also with the camera angle again, like being tilted
Yeah.
upwards, so
And
they
that-
have like the power and they're like above everyone and are
Yeah.
pressing them.
Oh yeah, here's a very cool thing that I noticed is that when she goes bang,
Oh, that's so nice.
that's crazy.
The way they put in like the textures, it's like old greasy like foam. It's so nice.
Like as if someone scratched over
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
It's a match cut, and it's probably because it's so fast that you might not realize that it's her older self, but your brain might have like catched up, like, oh, there's something happened here.
Yes! Look at his face! He's such a fun character.
Yeah.
Like in the series where she just like screams out of agony, you feel the pain
Yeah.
because the facial animation is so
amazing.
good.
Like I really liked the animations of them crying in the show.
Yeah.
Like I thought it looked really good.
And it has like some subtle movements of her eyes.
The thing about facial animation is that there's so many muscles in the face that all like move at the same time that you have to like think about. If you're not that experienced with facial animation, it can either look like very stiff because there's not enough movement,
Yeah.
or you do too much and it just looks like.
It's not just about the animation and how you draw it, it's also character acting. Acting is something that people practice for years, but then you gotta do it for somebody else. You're expected for it to look believable.
So we also get acting lessons at our school.
There's all these controllers. In a 3D model, you basically have like a controller for the eyes and then like multiple controllers here for the lips. But there's secondary controllers, which are like multiple points in the skin that you all can tweak. And you see it in the movement here, how her, I don't know what this part is called,
I'm
but
not sure
it
either.
goes up, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Those micro movements, like you can feel her swallowing and like gasping, and it's like can't get any air and shit like that. That hurts.
And
Oh,
like
you
the
can
whole
even
face
see-
like stretches up to the
You can
fish.
even see the nose flaring a little bit from here to here.
Yeah.
It is captured quite realistically, I feel like.
That glance has so much storytelling.
Giving your characters little moments where they're just like thinking and contemplating really adds to their character, because we can like see their inner thought process, the way that her eyes move and her eyebrows and stuff.
Line of sight tells us so much about what they're feeling.
I think what also sells the emotion. Yeah, stuff like this. Like you have tears here in their eyes, obviously, but then you also have saliva and stuff.
This breaks my heart. The character acting of her just wailing. I like that they're not afraid to have her look ugly. She still has a very pleasing face, but like the spit flying everywhere.
That's what I loved in the series. Like there's so much spit and so much like bodily fluids. It adds so much to like the despair that she's feeling.
This kind of
This
stuff
is
is
just
awesome.
cool.
Anyway.
That's lots of compositing. I mean, in 3D it would be Nuke, and they just put on planes and put the animation on the planes,
Yeah.
then move the planes. Oh, and here with the projection chromatic aberration.
How would you get this effect? Like, would you
From
have...
the projectors.
Yeah, but like, you wouldn't get this chromatic aberration by just having lights go go
Yeah,
there.
well, you would have different colors of light.
Yeah,
Like-
because the white color of light has all the colors inside of it. So shadow can have like different colors in them.
I guess what I love most is how well they show like her character development. Even in this scene where we only get to see her face, we already like see her character development. They draw her eyebrows and like her stare and everything, and here you can see like her
that's
folds
true.
and like.
And the lip
How did
sync
they-
here. Lip sync is interesting in 3D because it's the same approach as in 2D, where you form the most important vowel groups. So you're not doing every individual letter. But in 3D, as soon as you're finished lip syncing, you have to take the whole lip sync and you have to move it 1 or 2 frames because our ears catch it faster than our eyes do. So you don't want it to lag. And here it's on point. But if you actually would go syllable for syllable, the vowel would form before the sound comes.
I just want to say, if you haven't watched Arcane yet, you should.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.